Welcome back to ECOM Guide TV. I'm Arne Erlingsson. We are at the product description part and the A+ content we're also going to look at today. You need to have brand registry to do A+ content, but like I said in the titles video, you shouldn't even be selling on Amazon if you don't have a brand registry, if you want to do it yourself. So first things first, here is the product description. In the product description, what I would recommend everyone to do is to start just by copy pasting your title. I know Amazon doesn't like this, but I don't care what Amazon likes and don't like. We care about our search traffic. And if you put your title, which has all your important keywords in the product description is actually being looked at by Google, which means you could get Google traffic, which is free traffic. So don't hesitate to put your title as the first thing in your product description. The next thing in your product description, write a short about us. Tell the people about your brand or yourself, right? Tell them, make them connect. And don't forget, at the end of the about us, if you get people to actually read it, which is rare enough, but when they do, don't forget to tell them to buy your product. It really works. Literally the last sentence could be, and buy our product today and tomorrow you will have a beautiful day. Something like this, in the sorts. You can be more creative than I am. But you write this at the end of your about us, people who read it are actually more likely to buy your product. The next part in the product description should be your technical specifications. This of course varies now from category and product. This can be pretty long if you sell some technical product or some product that needs to be installed, like a faucet or whatever. You need measurements and all kinds of information there, what the materials are and so on and so on. But for some products, like if you sell an iPhone case, just write iPhone case. There's not much to write there. You could write the material or something like that. Something really short and fine is nice. So after that, you can write some warnings, for instance. If this product is not for children, like if you sell a lighter, that's not for children, write it there. Just make yourself double safe. Mention if there's a product that needs to be cleaned specifically in a specific way, like maintained in a specific way. Write it there. Let the people know. If you sell something out of stainless steel, people might not know stainless steel can actually rust if you don't treat it right. You might want to mention how to clean stainless steel if you sell something like this. Or like there's tons of products that have some kind of information that would be beneficial for the customer to know. So make sure to add that in your product description. This is basically the product description and everything we have about that. If you sell on eBay or other marketplaces where you could add pictures in the product description, you would add them right after the about us, and below it you would put your technical specifications and your warnings. Next thing's the A+ content. You have your own brand registered, which means you have A+ content. For Amazon, they want that A+ content and they want it to be beautiful. So what you have to do here, I would give you like a basic template that I know for a fact works because I use it literally on almost all of my products that I sell. You start with a brand picture. You show wherever you use your product. If you sell a faucet, you show a beautiful kitchen, you put your logo there and maybe a slogan. Next thing, technical specifications again, but this time they're going to be in a nice table sorted by the A+ content, which makes it look much more beautiful, much more skimmable for the customer. If he's looking for something specific, it will be hard to find it in the product description. It's much easier to find it in the A+ content. Then you want to have more pictures, or if you have a rich brand story, you can also write your brand story here. Here you can see a lot of different things, templates that Amazon offers you in the backend that you can select. And there's very many of them here, but I would stick to these. These can give you 3 big pictures. And with these 3 big pictures, they're 300 times 300. They're not too small and they're not too big for mobile, which means you can show off some details or features of your product that are important and will increase your sales. Now, what I don't want you to do when you make these listings, do not write too much text, because it is important to know that Amazon is not just a browsing sales experience, it's also on an app. And when you look at the A+ on an app, it looks very, very different. So how do you check how it looks like? So what I would suggest, just hit F12, select this mode here, refresh, and you can look in the web page how the page would look like in a mobile device. You size it to your mobile phone and then you scroll through it like here, and then you can literally see what does my website or my listing actually look like on a mobile device. It's very practical to do so, especially when you see, oh, my conversions are not really good. Like, is maybe something wrong in my mobile content that it just looks funny. Maybe I have a wall of text somewhere that I don't see if I'm not on a mobile device. So it's really good to check this. When you have your 3 pictures done, you can add another row of 3 pictures, or you can just add a comparison table. This is really good when you sell multiple products. Of course, for a beginner, you don't have multiple products. You can still use it because, again, it just shows more benefits. It shows basically your technical specifications, but down here again. And later on, when you get more products, so let's say you want to sell another product in that category, you can add it right there and you will have traffic from a new listing from your old listing, which is really good later on when you want to expand and scale. It's really important to connect your products, and it looks more professional as well. That's everything. It needs to look professional. What I always end up is picking the biggest image I can put here, which is 970 times 600. So you want to find a really, really good picture of your product. Lifestyle picture, really beautiful. And the product should be maybe a third at least of the screen. So you can literally see the product really, really well in a lifestyle setting. And you put your logo on the other side and you put it right there. And this is how you end your A+ content. If you do these steps right, people will be just, wow, this looks amazing. I want to buy it. And this is the whole idea of the product description in A+. People who go to that part, they have already invested so much time in your listing. They've already looked at all the pictures. They have checked your bullet points. They have scrolled through and they're coming to the last part of your listing, which is the A+ content. And if you don't get them to buy now, they're gone. That's why it's really, really important to make it as good as possible. Don't cheap out on the pictures. They're the only thing that represents you, your product, and your brand to your customer. It's like your store. Every listing is like a store. If you walk into a store that looks dirty, you don't buy, you go somewhere else. That's for every listing you make. Treat it as your own store. It needs to be clean. You're not going to eat in a store where rats run around. So make sure to make that listing clean. Stay away from grammatical errors. There are some tools that you can use if you're not very good at copywriting. It's one of those tips. I suck at grammar. I'm really not good at it, but I know how to help myself. This is a bonus tip for you guys. If you don't know what you're doing, ask me. I don't know what I'm doing either half of the time, but I know how to help myself. So you can check languagetool.org. I have this extension installed on my browser right now, and I use it literally every day. Almost every time I want to send someone a message, I pop it in there, see, oh, I mistyped that, and I fix it before I hit the send button. I don't want to look like an idiot. So install this and you will up your game so much if you're not good at grammar. So this will really help you out to make your listings even better than before. I hope this helped you. Thank you.